What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Bad Boy Rick, coming to you live from a little town in North Carolina. Let's get into the video, guys. Now, this video, right, is gonna be more or less like an internet Q&A. It's more like questions that's been arised by me on being on my phone or being on the internet, and I want to address, 5 topics in this video, and I'm gonna do them in they're not in any important order, but I'm gonna do them, one by one. So let's get it. So one of the first topic on here, but not necessarily the most important topic, is the third stimulus. So in here in America, we've received two stimuluses from our government, and we're hoping that we get a third one with our new president. Now, a lot of you may have seen the elections that recently went on with the USA, and our former president Donald Trump being acquitted. Um, there is a thing with $1,400 stimulus, which is supposed to be released the end of March, well, mid March. So yeah, so we're checking out what's going on with that, and with that, like this is something I'm gonna get into a little later, but like as far as like thinking with like a mind, you know, like a just being mindful. Like I'm thinking like wealth in the long run would be like something good. So if you were to take your stimulus and put it into something like that would ultimately grow and manifest into something, more or less more profitable or you know, yeah, profitable, then it should probably be done that you do that so that way you can have more wealth for you, your family, your friends, whatever you really want to put it towards. So that third stimulus is the first thing. That should be around mid March, according to yesterday. I looked on the internet. It said around mid March, so we might get new updates soon. I think the lawmakers are on vacation this week or something like that. So we're gonna have to wait till next week for them to even get back to anything. So, we're gonna keep looking updates for updates on that. You guys, watch the news or don't watch the news. I'm not really a big news fan, but you know, I just advise that you guys watch the news. Um, Sometimes, just check it in from time to time. But building your wealth and the third stimulus is something you can do even if you don't really get a lot of money, you know what I mean, regularly to have to do things with. So it may be more or less like a good thing to do to put it towards, saving yourself or for saving for yourself or any particular thing. The second topic, guys, Black History Month. So it is February and it's Black History Month. So I just want to, truly show my great gratitude for just some of the amazing black people that have been like, role models and prominent figures, not just out there in society and the world, but in my life as well. Two of those figures, few of those figures, my uncles, my granddad, my dad. I look up to those guys and they're prominent male black figures that are, really strong and, keeping me headstrong and focused. So, that's a good thing. It's always a plus. Um, I'm really happy about that. Um, and we not just want to talk about black history, but black history. You know what I'm talking about? So there's the history that people that are, are African American have went through, and we really just want to check on where we have came from and where we are today, and really just kind of figure out what kind of plans we want to come up with and figure out how we want to progress and go about in the future for several different ventures. As far as I mean, we don't even have to really be like, oh, it's all for the black people, because like, if you're a black person, you know that you got friends that aren't black and they're cooler than some of the you know what I mean, like, so I mean, like, it's not just about us as the black people, but it's more or less like us as people, but focusing on the black people for this particular month right here, and beyond, not just Black History Month. So for our Black history, just remember the history of the black man, woman, the black person, and remember that it is Black History Month as well. So just keep that in mind. It's a good thing that you got black friends, you got a black neighbor, you got a favorite black actor you like on TV, rapper, singer, entrepreneur, anything like that. Congratulations, it's your time. Let's see. Third thing is this winter storm. Now, aside from the rain noises I have playing in the background, whether you've noticed them or not, it's actually raining here and across a certain part of the nation, or it has rained this week in a good portion of the nation. Snow. I mean, you've seen the things that went on in Texas. From I've seen it from Facebook, but the news, the rolling blackouts, and I heard that. I mean, I had read that it's because Texas is the only state that has its own energy grid, so they have to do rolling blackouts because the West Coast is like on the West Coast interconnect, and then there's the East Coast, which is like the Eastern interconnect, and then Texas has its own interconnect, and so we're really just focusing on that there, and just praying for these people in Texas, y'all. I don't know, just keep a word of prayer, or send a donation, or start a GoFundMe or something for these people in Texas, because this could have been any one of us, and not just Texas, but there's people that are experiencing this across the nation that are homeless. So I mean, like, I really feel for the homeless people in the homeless community, because a lot of them are outside in weather like this, and they have to deal with things like this, or they may not have somewhere to sleep at. They might be crashing on someone's couch for the night, and they're not sure where they're gonna go tomorrow. Some of these guys haven't had showers in days. You know what I mean? Um, Maybe longer. So I mean, like, I really just and then, like, protecting yourself from the coronavirus, because, like, just think, if you're a homeless guy, you don't have anywhere to go quarantine. You have to really roam around and find somewhere to be away from everyone else. You know what I mean? And then there's no telling how you got it or how you could get it. You know what I mean? So, just keep, not just Texas, but the homeless people out there. You know what I mean? Donate, give them $1 or two. To help them find something. You could really help these people out. You know, you can. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of stuff that has to go on out here, and you know what I mean. Empathy, empathy, empathy. So that's the third topic. Topic number 4, and this one is one that I took action on. Uh, Health. You know what I mean? Like, I noticed, like, the food, nutrition, and stuff like that is a lot of stuff that goes on that, you know what I mean, that some people have no control over. So you might go to the restaurant and they might have like a limited menu, or you could go to a restaurant, a supermarket, and they could have just limited items on there, you know. And so you could go look for this particular thing that you think is the greatest thing ever, and then, like, you really end up just more or less looking for that, but it not be there. You have to find an alternative. So what I did was I went on the internet, which is another way to add to the overall things you can get. You know what I mean? And I bought a couple of supplements. This one is Transcended Ashwagandha, the Queen of Ayurveda. You know, and Primal Alchemy has some great branding. Like I love like even from their older products like the Vitruvian protein and stuff. Like it's always the artwork is always like captivating me. You know what I mean? But when I found them now, it's like, yo, this was like it's like a I can hold how trippy this stuff is. Like, do you literally see like these colors? And if you read the stuff that it does, it's like there's this stuff is not it's not like it's in foods, but you'd have to really buy it if you wanted some of these benefits. Like this stuff right here, KSM 66. You know what I mean? It's clinically proven to have benefits, and I personally enjoy these benefits. You know, like maybe I take a gram of this with some warm water, and I also take this other supplement. This one was the first one that got me. Pineal pollen. And so, look, guys, it's mainly pine pollen. Like you see the yellow color, but it's cracked cell wall pine pollen. And it has some shilajit in it and some chaga mushroom, but all of it's detail sourced and wild harvested also. Um, and also some of it's wild harvested. So this stuff I could not find. Like there's pine trees out here where I stay in this town, North Carolina. I'm talking about, but like the pine pollen isn't like bioavailable. If you can kind of catch my drift, you know what I mean. Like you can't just go out there and pick a pine cone off the tree or the little pine things and be like, oh, this is the best stuff ever. You know what I mean. You have to mix it. You have to get like the energy in it. You know like just pine pollen itself is not as bioavailable as cracked cell wall pine pollen. And I mean, these guys put it in a product, and it's like third eye nourishment, man. And I mean, like the music in the background, like I was talking about earlier, y'all. Like it's like a part of a binaural beat set. So you know, like they have third eye awakening binaural beats, and I've been listening to those for like maybe 6 months to a year now. And this really just kind of does a lot of the stuff that I had tried some supplements to do. So, it's you know I paid you know about $60 for 100 grams. So, and this is it's about 10 servings, and this right here is about like if you measured it out right, it'd be at 40 servings max. But I do a little more than a gram a day. So that's going great. And just health overall. Just to improve my health and to supplement the foods that I eat because the foods that are in the supermarkets or at the restaurants that I have access to aren't as available all the time to go ahead and get the stuff that I'm looking for. Like I got some ginger, right? And I can find ginger. But the thing is, add some turmeric. I've got turmeric. I mean? I add that because of some of the stuff that it does. Raw honey, apple cider vinegar with the mother. You know what I mean? Like a lot of these products and stuff. I mean, I'm totally checking them out and got all this stuff. What I'm trying to do. But also, last but not least, on my list of 5 questions I answer from the internet is Bitcoin and crypto. Now, Bitcoin, when I checked this morning, it was like 52K. And I remember when I first started paying attention to Bitcoin, it was like 9K, if that. It had even dropped down lower than 9K. I think it was 9K at the highest that year. And so, I not gonna say that I regret not buying Bitcoin back then because I'm not a psychic. You know what I mean? I'm not like a paid psychic, and so I can't predict what coin is gonna do what. You know what I mean? But I can use indicators to get like a guesstimate of what's going on. So I'm not looking to really join on the Bitcoin train as much as I am to look for a coin that's gonna 10x or 300,000x like Bitcoin. You know what I mean? So it may not be Bitcoin, but similar to Bitcoin. It might even be completely different. I don't know. But that's what I'm looking to do. You know what I mean? I want to be the holder while this coin that I've got is skyrocketing. I mean, going to the mooning. You know what I mean? So there's some other coins I've been checking out, but like I said, I'm no psychic, but it's more or less what I'm trying to do is figure out like how I can go from I know like a few multimillionaires that are like crypto rich. You know what I mean? So it's more or less like they're rich. They're multimillionaires off of like 30 to 40 Bitcoin. And I mean, you used to could get these things about 100 mining. And so I want to get coins like that. I want to get a coin, right? And just hold or have enough to and just maintain my own funds and stuff, you know what I mean? And hold this coin till it's like 10, 40x, 100x, you know what I mean? Like these are like, moon goals, you know what I mean? But also I got this book, Bitcoin for Babies. I got a little pine pollen on it and pine, yeah, pineal pollen. But it's Bitcoin for Babies, right? And so what this thing is talking about is, and it teaches adults about the blockchain, which is what I'm about to do with you, teach you about the blockchain. So the blockchain is like, what money is, and you know how people use money to trade all over the world. And then we have transactions. But like, let's say your name is Bob, and Bob sends money to Felicia. Bob's gonna give Felicia $100, but he's got to send it to her bank. So Felicia, Bob sends $105, and Felicia gets 100 because it's sent through her bank. But in Bitcoin, you know what I mean? Bob sends Felicia $100.30, and Felicia gets, Bob sends $100.30, and Felicia gets $100. You know what I mean? So that same $100, you save like that whole $4 and some change for this example. You know what I mean? And there's no central banks. You know what I mean? It's decentralized. There's no cash. You know what I mean? You can use Bitcoin you can trade it for digital cash, but not cash. There's no government thing. It's like you can use it peer to peer. Each thing on the record of the blockchain is like on a node. Is a computer on the network. It's called a node. Um, yeah, guys, that's the basics of blockchain. Um, and like when you request a transaction, the network validated it combines the validated transaction with the new block of data for the record, and then it's put on an irreversible chain, and the transaction is done. You need a Bitcoin wallet to store stuff like this, and as long as you have a Bitcoin wallet, you should be able to store and receive cryptocurrency. So I'm no expert on this stuff, but I do have a general idea of what it's like because like Elon Musk, right? He just bought Bitcoin. Now I don't know whether he's been buying Bitcoin in the past or anything, but as far as the internet concerned, like Elon Musk just bought Bitcoin. So I bought Bitcoin years before Elon Musk. Years. And I thought it was good back then. So but you know what I mean. Elon Musk is like the second richest guy on earth today. So yeah, so if you know Elon Musk, there's him, Elon Musk. But yeah, so that's the basics of blockchain and stuff like that. There's all types of things, terms and terminology. I could give you like three terms right before this video ends. I'm gonna give you BTC, right? Means Bitcoin. BTC, Bitcoin. Okay. Decentralized. Decentralized means it's not like Bank of America or Chase or any of those big banks. I can't name all the big banks out there, but this means you're your own banker. You store your money, you keep your transaction fees, you invest in what you want, you loan it, lend it, do what you want to with it, public or private, your money. You know what I mean? Um, you don't have to take it to somebody else to verify it. Yours. You know what I mean? And let's see, a wallet, a Bitcoin wallet is what you use to store Bitcoin. So you can't store Bitcoin in a paper of a physical wallet. You store it in a Bitcoin wallet, which is something completely different. So yeah, guys, it's your boy Bad Boy Rick. I covered 5 things with you. Those things were the third stimulus, and wealth in general, Black History Month and Black History. Okay. The winter storm, and the stuff going on in Texas, the rolling blackouts, homelessness as well. Pray for those people in Texas and the homeless. Um, Primal Alchemy, this company here, and your general health. Um, they have some really good ingredients in this stuff. I mean, I can't find these ingredients in the foods I buy at the supermarket, so I like that. And also with your health, go check in with your doctor every so often. You know what I mean? It's a pandemic, but don't let your health go out of, whack for anyone else, you know. And Bitcoin and crypto, getting the Bitcoin, getting the crypto is 52K. So if you want to buy at 52K, yeah, 52K. If you got it though, it ain't tricking. So it's your boy Bad Boy Rick, and I'm out.